Yo, what is up guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm gonna talk about something that you asked me a lot. All the people that ask me about tutorials ask me about the same thing. About how to layer leads, how to make the lead sound full, how to make the lead sound bigger, all these things. So today I'm gonna cover this topic and I'm gonna show you how I layer my leads. But before we go to the video, I wanna ask you something. If you really like these kind of videos and you want me to explain how to layer all the things, like how to layer chords, how to layer your kick, how to layer risers or things like that, just leave a like so I know you like this kind of videos, and leave me in the comments what kind of layering sounds video you want me to explain. Nothing else, let's get to the video. For this tutorial I'm gonna use the leads I used in my remix of Like I Do. If you didn't check the track, it's on SoundCloud and YouTube. I will put a link up here so you can check it. And the most important thing about lead layering is that all the leads need to be important, okay? All the leads need to do something. There is a trick I like to do a lot when I'm trying to find the leads I'm gonna use, and is that all the leads are more or less at the same level. So when I use a new lead, what I try to do is to don't look at the screen or just close my eyes, okay? And click a lot of times on the mute button, so I don't know if it's sounding or not. Then I press the play button, so I don't know if that lead, that new lead is playing or not. So what I do is I click again on the click button so I can see if there is a difference, okay? If when you click the leads sound more empty, that means that that lead was doing something and make the lead layering fuller. Or if now it sounds fuller, it means that it wasn't before. But the thing is that if you don't hear any difference, that means that that lead is not doing anything. So you don't really need it, because if you just add it there, it's gonna make your lead sound muddy and dirty, and at the end the mix down is gonna be harder to do it. Alright, so these are my leads. Okay, this is the bass, and this is another bass I did because I needed more effects. And what I do is, here at the left I have the lower leads, and here at the right I have the higher leads, so I more or less are organized. Alright, so how I decide what leads are good and what leads are bad? What I try to do is to always try to find dirty or really in your face leads, like this one for example. Okay, or this one. Then I try to get a lead that adds the character to the sound, or that is gonna be the main lead, is this one. Then I want also a lead that covers a lot of space. In progressive house I like to add real instruments, so I like the strings, and I almost on all my progressive house tracks the leads have some strings, like this one. And then in this case I needed more highs, so I just decided to put these two leads. And if I play all of them together, it sounds pretty good now. Okay, at this point it's not bad, but as you know, you can get it better and it's a bit dirty. So the first thing you need to know is what sounds are gonna be for the low, what sounds are gonna be for the high. So in this case, with this sound, I want it to be on the low. So what I did is to cut the highs. Then I decided to have this one a bit higher, okay, not that much on the lows. So what I decided to do is to cut a bit here so I can leave a space for this sound, okay, because this first sound is the one that is gonna be powerful on the lows. So on the other sounds I don't really need too much power here. So on this second I decided to cut a bit here, and the second EQ is just to cut a bit here because it was a bit dirty on that area. As you can hear with this EQ, it sounds a bit thinner. That's the idea, because this way when I mix it with this first sound, it's gonna sound powerful. The third sound is also for the mid-highs, okay? So what I decided to do is just take out some resonance here, and here I decided to cut a bit on this area too. And this is to leave a space for the main lead, okay? Because the main lead is around this area, so I decided to cut a bit here. Next one, the main lead is this one. That's the lead that adds the character to the sound. I decided to cut some bad frequencies and then just cut a bit on the lows, because this way I can leave a space for the low lead and increase it a bit here. but not too much, and I reduced it a bit on the top end because it was a bit dirty in that area. sounds a lot thinner, but with these other leads it's gonna sound pretty good. Next lead. What I did on these leads is just to cut a bit here because there were some resonance, and I wanted those leads to be on the sides. So what I did is just decrease the mids and increase the sides, so this way I have less info on the mids and I can leave a space for the other leads. And then just more or less a similar EQ than the previous lead. I reduced it on the lows and all those things. Before, after. Now these two leads are just for the highs. So I cut a lot on this area. And then this second high lead, I do the same, I just cut. Alright, but now at this point, how I decided to decrease on one area, increase on another area, and all these things. So as I said, on most of the leads, for example on this one, what I decided to do is to reduce here because this lead is stronger here. Alright, so I do this with all the leads. For example, if we take the main lead, that is this one, and the string lead, that is this one, and we put both the EQs one on top of the other, as you can see they both reduce on the same area because of the low lead. But here on the 4186 Hertz, I increase it on the main lead. So what I do is I decrease on the same point on the string lead. Or for example here on the 8372 Hertz I decrease a bit, so on the strings I can increase a bit. So these two leads are complementing each other really well. Also in the two higher leads, as they are not really important, they just are there because I needed some highs, what I decided to do is to reduce in all the important things, all the important areas that are covered by the other sounds. For example, this is for the main lead, this is for the string leads, and these others are for other leads, you know. But the EQ is not just the only thing you need to have in mind when you're layering sounds. What I like to do, for example, in these two leads, is to put them really mono, so you have sounds in the center, especially the main lead. The main lead, in my opinion, needs to be not completely mono, but have a lot of power in the center. So this way, when you have the track in mono or you have the track in stereo, it's not gonna sound that different. And also a thing I like to do is to pan some sounds. For example, this one is a bit to the left, this one is a bit to the right, and these two that are the high sounds, one is on the left and the other one is on the right. This way you have different signals on each channel, and this way the leads sound a lot bigger and more interesting. So now let's continue to the bass. I have here an EQ where I increase a bit the highs because I thought I needed. Now OTT, this is the trick. They sound a lot more in your face. I have a tutorial about OTT, I will put a link up here. Then some more EQ where I reduce it here just to mix it with the bass line. I increase it here on the 1000 Hertz to give more presence to the leads. And I decided to reduce here because you have to take care on this area about 2000 to 4000, 5000 more or less, because if you have too much info there, it's gonna sound like in a can and it's not gonna sound professional. So before this EQ and after this EQ, now they sound a lot cleaner. These two effects are just for the arrangement of the track. Also this one, then just a limiter to limit the sound and have it compressed. This is for the reverb, some kickstart to sidechain the leads. And this is just a volume automation for the range of the track. I needed more effects, so I decided to link this channel to this one. And here I have another EQ to reduce a bit more in this area that they said that is really bad. Take out some resonance, and then just some stereo imaging to open the sound a bit, and then the reverb, where I have some delay, some reverb, some EQ, limiting, and all these things. And this volume automation just to control the reverb with this big controller. It decreases every time the leads play. I did a video about how to work with reverb, but if you want a tutorial about just this thing, just leave it in the comments and I will make one. So nothing else, it's not that complex, you know. This is before and this is after. They sound more in your face, they sound cleaner, well mixed, you know. And as I said, you have to have in mind that you cannot have all the leads in the same spectrum, you know, in the same area. You cannot have all the leads with power on the highs, you cannot have all the leads with power on the lows. You have to decide, you know, some leads for the lows, some leads for the highs, some leads for the mid section. Try to get some leads that cover space, like super sauce or real instruments, you know, things like that. And try also to put some leads in the center, some on the side, some on the left, some on the right. This way you're gonna cover all the space, talking about the stereo imaging, talking about the frequency range and all these things. You're gonna have a lot powerful leads, and this way your track is gonna sound a lot better, you know. So as I said, if you like this kind of video, just leave a like and put a comment down below about what kind of layering you want me to explain in upcoming videos. And nothing else, guys. This is everything. This is how I layer my sound. Just cut and boost in some places, just leave a space for other leads. So guys, see you in the next video.